think we're lit enough. Lit! Okay, let's do this. Hello, I'm Claudia Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Whoops, I started before I was even sat down. But here I am. So I'm going to be doing some channeling for the collective, as usual. And also doing some mini reads as well. If you're on here live with me, check out the pinned comment. The comment that's pinned up top of the live chat tells you how to get a mini read. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in that pinned comment. And you can also use Super Chat or Super Sticker if you want. It's constantly raining here. That's why it's so dark. Chicken's not sure about going out. There's also been an infestation, hatching of fruit flies everywhere. I don't know if you can see it out there, but the ground is absolutely covered with them. She does want to go out. So it's pretty disgusting around here at the moment. I had to clean them all out of the house. They all came in this morning. The fruit flies got very long wings. They don't last very long. They die very quickly. And then there's dead bodies everywhere. So I had to brush the dead bodies out this morning. As you do. How is everyone this morning? Wednesday. Is it raining where you are too? Very humid in here. My hair's all fluffy because of it. Hey Maria. Let's get some cards out for the collective first of all. So if you want a mini read, check out that pinned comment. And after you've done your donation, put a capital Q at the start of your comment with your question in it for your reading, just so I can find it easier amongst the comments. Because I don't always get time to read all of the comments on here as you're all chatting away with each other. Thinking of taking some time off very soon to get a lot of dental work done. I've had another tooth break. My teeth, the same as my dad's, they break upwards. When it's black pepper that does it. Biting on black pepper, it breaks my teeth, and even it's already cracked, but it still cracks my teeth, and they go upward. And then I know when it's happened because then when I bite on things that are hard, it prizes it apart and it really hurts. And so when that happens, the tooth needs to be taken out. So I've had 1, 2, 3 of them do that so far. Now I'm on the fourth one. Well, the fourth one is next to one that's already been taken out. And so I've decided, well, instead of having it taken out, carrying on like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to book myself in, go to a place that can do the implants, like my false tooth here, and get them all done at once. And so they can, when one's broken, they can take it out and do an implant straight away, put one in straight away, or put the implant in straight away, and then a few days later put the tooth on the implant. And so I've decided just go away for a week or something, get it all done, including having this one replaced, because this is as old as my daughter. I had this one replaced. It's an implant. I had this tooth made for it when I was pregnant with my daughter. Now she's 25. So this is 26 years old, this tooth. It's very old because I want this one. This is a dead tooth. When I broke this tooth, I killed that on. And that's why it's a funny colour. But it's always held in there. And so they're like, well, it's dead, yeah, but it's still good, And so we've left it in there. But they said, when you want to get this one done, get another one made up so you've got 2 matching front teeth at the same time. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to get it all done in one go. So I'm thinking of doing that very soon, having a full week off. So that means you'll get the dailies still, because I do those in advance, and I can get that done so that they're all lined up, but I won't be here for Psychic Cafe. I'll only be doing private readings, won't be any pick a card reads. Yeah, we'll only be here for private readings. Just to let you know, that will be coming up soon. Morning, Mandy and Carrie. We've got growth. We're growing. I might also get a blepharoplasty at the same time. Blepharoplasty while I'm there, because I might have to go to Koh Samui, 2 islands across, to get it done. They can't do implants here. The dentist here can't do implants. She's only here on weekends anyway. And yeah, I might just do that because they've got plastic surgeons there, and I've got a lot of loose skin. You can see it hangs now. It's like hanging. So someone said that Retinol. If you keep on using retinol, it'll do it. It's not going to take away that much excess skin. It's a hanging, so I might just take some of it out and give you a new crease kind of thing. I might as well do that while I'm there. If I'm off camera, I might as well really mess my face up and let it recover. So that's exciting. Go and get some work done. I never thought I would, but why put up with this when you don't need to? Hey, it's not even an expensive procedure. And it doesn't take that long to get over it either. Peace and generosity. Oh, some of you have been generous and then realized it was codependency again and need to be at peace with that. That's very particular message there for some. We're growing now. And yeah, the growth card, right? It means when we realize it, we're like, oh, I did it again. But at least we got the awareness of it, right? That's growth, isn't it? When, yeah, we did it again, but pretty soon afterwards, like, that's the energy of codependency. I did it again. I was generous again when it didn't serve me and it didn't actually serve the other person too. So if you're all having ahas like that at the moment, right on time. Excuse me. Constant rain. We've got constant rain now. Oh my God. Look at this. When's it going to stop? Never, never, never. It's never going to stop. We're on 100% tomorrow. 100%. I've got to go to immigration tomorrow. And this is the opposite side of the island. Remember, get a taxi. Friday 90%, Saturday 90%, Sunday 80%, Monday 80%, Tuesday 60%. Oh, it might be clearing up on Tuesday. We've got crappy weather for a long time. Yuck. I was really enjoying it yesterday until I looked at that and I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to be enjoying it after a week and a half. A week. Let's not exaggerate, Claire. Meditate. Okay. Dream. I'm doing a lot of that. Watching romantic movies, all of that just inside stuff. Set sail on a new course. Oh, it might be the rest before the action takes place. Is it raining where you are too? I know a lot of places are raining at the moment. Already did, Maria. You're lagging. What am I doing now? I know. Lenormand. So I'm down to half a cup of coffee now. half a cup of coffee. I had half a cup of coffee yesterday. This is half a cup of coffee now. I only just started sipping it as well, just as this started, so no bad side effects. Well, of course, because I've not finished yet, but I think it's the right thing to do is to drink less and less coffee before I quit. For the sake of my adrenals, my blood pressure, and I think a constant state of anxiety, of rushing kind of thing. I do feel calmer because of it. Not calmer as in karma chameleon. Calmer as in law of attraction. We've got a man out first. He's looking at a ship. Ship is... What's the difference between the rider and the ship? The ship is exciting adventure, a profound journey. We've got voyage already, yeah. You may have been stuck in a situation, caught up in the doldrums, but now it's time to break away and broaden your horizons. This is a time of transitions or charting new directions, especially if you've been dreaming of exploring new adventures, professionally or creatively. I have. The ship card can mean freedom, to make your own choices and navigate your own course. There may be a few storm clouds along the way. A few? Oh my God. There's quite a lot. But once you break out of your comfort zone, you'll find a whole new world waiting for you. A whole new world. Hey, Christine. Could be travel, transportation, adventure, exploration, journey. Yeah. Somebody recommended me a dentist to go do it at as well. So all I need to do is find a really nice hotel, because if I'm having to be all messed up face, in pain, all of that, I want to be in a really nice place where I can really enjoy it. And yeah, take a week off. The rider, I just want to check what the rider is, because both indicate movement to me. Yeah, so the rider is more movement. It's news, change, movement, messages, discovery, visitor, opportunity. And the ship is travel, transportation, adventure, exploration, journey. So it's slightly different. How are you, Christine? So the man's looking for a new adventure. There's a book over there on the wall. I'm into perfume at the moment. You know, I have these phases. Hair care and makeup. And I'm still into makeup. And I've moved to perfume now. I've always got, not always, but since I've been here, when I used to go for my city breaks for my visas every 3 months, I used to buy one of the little travel rollerball things of perfume, and I had a few of them, you know, because of that. And I decided to do that again, get the little ones, but from Sephora, because I can't go anywhere now. Well, I could, but I don't want to. And so I'm trying all of these new perfumes out. It's interesting buying perfumes blind, without smelling them, going off descriptions and people's reviews of it. But it's very interesting to try it and put it on. It's a different process. Because if I went to Sephora, I always just buy them at Sephora, in fact, and go and sniff them all. I wouldn't necessarily buy it, but when you've just bought it and you spray it on you and it smells a little bit different, right? When it smells, I'm into it anyway. Life's been hard, Christine. Ugh. Man has choices of his new adventure, choices to make. It's like, come on, make those choices. No, he doesn't have to hurry about it at all. I want to read choices out for some reason. Options, decisions, determination, direction, paths, alternatives, crossroads. Excuse me. In the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. And the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. Eleanor Roosevelt said that. Unlike the mountain card, which offers limited options for finding solutions. Oh, does it? The choices card reveals that you have a multitude of paths to consider. There are many ways through the labyrinth of life decisions. This choices card illustrates that there are no wrong answers. Even if you find yourself in a corner, you can always turn around and try another direction. Though you feel you might be right back where you started, you have a greater knowledge of the landscape and of your choices. The ladder shows yet another option and a new perspective. Use the many tools and resources available to you to deal with challenges. When the choices card appears near an ominous card, no. The outcome is not determined, but you are. Daughter's going to court. Oh no, really? That can happen. Yeah, grief can manifest in many different ways, right? People fight. Get to the anger stage and fight. The man has burdens. Well, once we read it down, we're talking about burdens here. A cross to bear as well. What's the cross to bear? Wishes, but also protection, responsibilities. I don't know why I'm getting responsibilities from bear. I want to read them out as well. Let's just get really clear on this. Stars. Inspiration, guidance, illumination, optimism, abundance. There's amazing things in store. Abundance beyond your wildest dreams. Reach for the stars. And then the bear. This is someone being pulled in two directions, isn't it? The bear is strength, authority, power, protection, domination. It represents strength and power. Though there may be a gentle person behind the bear's face on this card, her assertive energy is quite intimidating. Even a kind maternal person can be overbearing and dominating. This card may indicate an authority figure, someone who commands attention and respect. Alternatively, the bear may represent a resourceful person who wisely manages his material assets. You might do well to heed wisdom and protection of someone who wants to mentor or advise you, especially in the area of financial decisions. The bear defends its territory and its resources, but she also protects her own and offers safety and security. So someone's got burdens to bear here as they're reaching for the stars. There's also things that they need to protect too. Walking a tightrope is what I just heard. Oh no, that's not good, Christine. A mountain. This is the limited choices. Because that's what the other card just told us. This choices is plenty of choices. This choice is limited choices. About children. Okay. Yeah. Talking about Christine. Dog. Loyal heart. Yeah. Okay. So multitude of choices about their way forward is this man. Sorry, can't speak. I think I've got a touch of COVID. So the man wants this new adventure. Got plenty of choices, plenty of ways of going about that. So not options so much as the way to go about it, the path to it, the way in which it can be done. Lots of choices there. So he's looking at those choices. See, there's some burdens here. Someone wants to reach for the stars, but they have to protect other things too. Responsibilities. There's limited options when it comes to children, of course. Have to be loyal to them, right? And so we're talking about someone that's got a lot of options here for adventures, yet things that they need to protect, like children, limited options available there. The man has some burdens to carry. He's got limited choices about that. There's a new adventure, reaching for the stars, especially concerning children. Nice. Now, the child might not be an actual child. It could be birth of a new project or something like that too. But that's very positive. A lot of choices to protect the loyal heart though. Okay, so there's protection around children, there's protection around the heart and what the heart chooses as well, and people that you love and all of that kind of thing. So we've got a lot going on here. The man was the first card out, so I think it's happening to the Divine Masculine. That's what we're talking about today. In the energy update today as well, it was about kind of waiting for someone to make these choices, wasn't it? It was saying that someone's making choices and it's their responsibility and all of that. I've got to wait for them to do it and not get too involved in that as well, because we can't push it along. It's not our manifestation. If we focus on it, we've got no power over it. It's theirs to do. So what's the point in focusing that? Any romantic things that are going on or aren't going on at the moment, just know if you're doing whatever you can do, the part that is there, you can't manifest that. No matter what law of attraction people might say that we can if we focus on it, then they'll change. They won't change. They'll do whatever the hell they want to do because they've got free will. We cannot manifest for other people. We can't get them to do that thing. So any focus that we have on that law of attraction wise, or any worry or anything like that, is just wasted energy, because we're powerless when it comes to other people's decisions. And so if you have been focused on that kind of stuff, like what can I do when it's someone else's responsibility, focus on something else. That's what the energy update was saying today. Set yourself a new goal that's just you. Focus on that. It's a horrible situation, Christine. Sorry you're going through that. My I remember when my grandma died, she'd left she left a will and she'd left something to me. I don't know what it was because I never got it because a similar fight kind of broke out. And I just backed off from it. They all went crazy. They all are crazy. My family. Nuts. Not nice people at all. And if they want to fight over stupid stuff like that, they can. I let them. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Never got it anyway. Let's get some tarot cards out. See what the guides have to tell us. If ever anyone wants a mini read, check out the pinned comment up top of the live chat. To do that is by donation, minimum $10 now. For that, there's a PayPal link in that pinned comment. And you can also use Super Chat or Super Sticker if that's easier for you. After your donation, put a capital Q at the start of your question in your comments. Start of your comment for your question that's got your question. You know what I mean. Oh, we got the Two of Cups. Love offer. Love offer. Thought I'd do my makeup to match my top today. Kind of does, nearly. A love offer. Significant love offer. Quite a way to start, huh? Carrots. The astrology is wild at the moment. But it's all full of carrots. It's always full of carrots, you know? Got a carrot right here. Two of Cups. A love offer coming in. Really? Gym's flooded. That's that game over at the moment. For a week or so. We have Strength and the Five of Swords. Oh, someone's got to be strong here. I like a hairstyle. Look at Strength's hairstyle. Sometimes on my lazy days I do my hair like that. Not with ringlets coming down. I just make myself two bubbles at the top. Messy bun bubble things. It's kind of fun. And the Five of Swords is not good. I don't like this lady. She's ripped his heart out. She's cold. She's callous. Someone's having to be strong here in the face of this woman. Manipulative. She's an amber. She's a bit of an amber. Or maybe a lot of an amber. Cold-hearted. She's ripped his heart out. She doesn't care. She wants what she wants. And that's it. Heart closed. Not happy woman. Not a happy woman. So I think we're talking about Divine Masculine again. He's going through it. Now, very interesting. I've done quite a few private readings lately, and there's a theme, there's a common theme in the energies at the moment, and it's around self-respect. It's around self-respect and relationships. There's a lot of this coming up at the moment, that relationships showing us, romantic relationships or lack of, or whatever's going on around that, showing us at the moment things that are going on where we are lacking in self-respect. I'm trying to remember what was said. I can't remember what was said. It will come to me. Cold-hearted. The world. We've got change though. We've got change happening with the world here. Cycle completes, new cycle begins. It's a complete turnaround is what it feels to me. A 360, the world. I try and remember that self-respect thing. Right, I know what it is. Right. A self-respecting person doesn't sabotage themselves, right? We have infinite number of chances to sabotage ourselves every day. If you think about it, we wake up in the morning, you could sabotage yourself straight away by not getting out of bed to go to the toilet, doing an Amber Heard and just doing it in bed instead. That would be a sabotage, right? Not brushing your teeth in the morning would be a sabotage. Not even getting out of bed to go to work would be a sabotage. There's like so many ways we could sabotage ourselves. We can sabotage relationships by going off at someone, just being impatient and just yelling whatever comes to us, instead of when we get that urge for our ego to strike out, when we've been triggered in a way, instead of just like feeling that and sitting on it and not acting on it, we could sabotage everything by speaking out and doing that stuff, reacting. And we couldn't we? Imagine if you thought, right, tomorrow I am going to sabotage everything. Imagine the destruction you could do in your life and your relationships and everything. Well, why don't we do that? Why don't we spend all of our money? Why don't we just like wreck everything and burn the house down? There's just unlimited options for sabotages. Well, we don't do it because of self-respect. But the thing is, sometimes we do it. Sometimes these sabotages, we do act on it. And that's showing a lack of self-respect. Now, if we're talking about romantic relationships, there's ways of getting in it that show sabotages, getting into them in the first place. There's ways of getting into them which are total self-sabotages and show a lack of self-respect, right? There's things that we do within those relationships that show the same as well. The way we handle things that are going on shows self-respect or not. Things like cheating shows a lack of self-respect, right? Because if you were self-respecting, you'd know where you were in that relationship. You'd either choose to be in it or not. You'd get out of it if you were moving on, and you'd move on properly, and then you choose someone properly. But cheating is a lack of self-respect. And so there's this kind of lesson coming up, because it came up spectacularly in someone's reading like that, but I saw that energy in other people's readings after that as well, and so I commented on it too. So it's hi Jessica, it's a common theme at the moment, so have your eye out for that as well. Anyway, someone's doing a 360 here, so someone's changing their life considerably. It seems like turning away from a cold-hearted yacht, yeah, having to be really strong in the face of that, really strong. Because they want to give a love offer. And the Knight of Swords, they want to speak the truth, go forward, light as a feather. Okay, so they want to go forward, light as a feather. Nice. So they're trying to do it in a way that relieves them of the crap so they can go forward light as a feather. That whole weigh your heart kind of thing. Is your heart as light as a feather, then you can proceed. It's that. Making sure that their heart is light as a feather. So they are doing the self-respecting thing. That's why I mentioned it. Okay, so that they're doing the self-respecting thing, not sabotaging themselves, feeling good by themselves. Doesn't matter what this or anyone else thinks of it. But as long as you're making the decisions, or they're making the decisions that are good for them, that are right for them, so that their heart is light as a feather. Doesn't matter if everyone else disagrees. As long as they're good with it, they can move forward like this with their truth, light as a feather. Nice. Well, this might be your energy as well, of needing to move, and you need to be making those decisions that are right for you so that your heart is light as a feather, regardless of what anyone else thinks. And their reactions, and all of that stuff. You walked away in disgust. I think I would too. Turn my nose up at them. What the hell are you doing? Okay. Let's find out more about this then. Got tricky situations. But there's a need to do things cleanly now for ourselves. Not cleanly for everyone, because we can't make everyone happy, but cleanly for ourselves. And we're certainly not going to make ego people happy. Never going to make those happy, because they're not happy. I hate this weather. Sounds like your private reading got last night. Came up in yours, yeah. It came up in everyone's, in fact. I wasn't just on a thing. It came up in someone else's first, Carrie. And yeah, yours. I can't remember who got readings now. I kept on seeing it. It came out in different ways in everyone's reading, and I recognized it each time. It's like, oh, this is a theme at the moment. The universe is on this. It's like, have some self-respect and look, this is a sabotage, and this is a sabotage, and this is a sabotage. Interesting. I'm cleaning up coffee at the moment. Because I've had like the addiction thing come out a lot of times, and it's like, but there isn't any. And then it's like, oh, coffee. There you go. Coffee. And you know, my mum had like high blood pressure, but she was very much a coffee addict too. Like seriously, there's no way she would give it up. I never used to drink coffee because I'm sensitive to it. I know I'm sensitive to it. Then when I was with Jared, he drank coffee, and sometimes I would get a decaf. And one time I remember they'd switch them around or something, or they forgot mine was decaf, they gave me calf, and I was loopy. I was jittery. It was like a panic attack. It was horrible. I'm like, holy shit, they shouldn't do that to you when you ask for decaf. They have no idea how sensitive I am. I'm really sensitive to it, so it wouldn't surprise me. I've somehow got used to it, but it's not good. Not good for me at all. A few private readings to do today as well. I see that in my inbox. I wonder if it's going to be more of the same. Self-respect stuff. The Nine of Water. Deepest wishes. See the elephants there, washing things away. It reminds me of Sankran. Washing stuff away. Our deepest wishes. I'm going to read this one out. It's Lakshmi. It's abundance. I had a cool thing happen with my abundance yesterday. Because I transferred Thursday? I used TransferWise because you get the best rates and least fees transferring between countries. So I transferred a lot. Like my half of the business, the new business stuff, across on Thursday. And it was landing in my bank account here on yesterday. It usually is the next day, but not with a large amount like that. I guess I had to do more checks, but what I do is like, I've got like different accounts in my Australian account, my bank account, and when money comes into it, because I'm transferring money every day from PayPal, and this money goes in from the credit card stuff as well, and from other places too, Amazon and all kinds of things. So there's money going into my account every day. And so I go in there, I take half of it and put it in savings, I pay credit cards off if I bought more stuff from Sephora, stuff like that. I'll put half of it in savings though, and then the other part I put in this For Me, it's called, For Me account. And when that gets to around, I don't know, around about $1,000, I'll transfer it over to my Thai bank account, just to keep that flow coming in so that both accounts are building up, you know. That's what I'm doing at the moment anyway, and it seems to be working really well. So yesterday, before the money had landed in my Thai bank account, I thought, well, I'll transfer the money over. That hasn't gone yet, but wouldn't it be really cool if it's every few days that I'm transferring money over? So before the last one has even hit my Thai bank account, there's more coming, so that I've got like a regular thing coming into my Thai bank account. That feels really good when you've got stuff going on, a flow like that. So I did it. I transferred it. You can do it on an app on your mobile phone. And it was about 3 seconds. My Thai bank account went off. Boom, you've received money. It took about 3 seconds. No shit, 3 seconds. I was like, whoa. It's actually done it once before that fast, but 3 seconds. Maybe because the other stuff was still in process. Maybe because I had a large amount in process. They're like, this is peanuts compared to that. But it made me excited. The little things. Nine of Water anyway. Prosperity. Yes, we like it. Yeah, there could be windfalls. Well, that's not a windfall. That's just like an indicator, a kind of exciting indicator that things are really flowing in the right direction. YouTube isn't, but my business is doing great. Lakshmi is the beloved Hindu goddess of prosperity. She governs over abundance and wealth, both material and spiritual. She's known for her generosity. Generosity, yeah. Freely giving to all those who would but receive her gifts. Needs to be open to receiving. No matter how much she shares, she never runs short, for there's more than enough for everyone. Like Oprah. There's no moral judgment about which sort of prosperity, material or spiritual, is more desirable. Lakshmi and her devotees love and honor both, for one is the reflection of the other, another instance of as above, so below. An interesting law seems to be at work with Lakshmi. It seems that she's able to give without restriction, and by doing so only increases her own prosperity and her generosity. In a symbiotic twist, she needs those to give to in order to increase her own blessings. Likewise, it would seem that we also, in order to fully enjoy our blessings, need others with whom to share. Lakshmi seems to teach us that giving increases rather than lessens our prosperity. The Nine of Water promises, to a certain point, only if you're open to receiving, does that work. Because I've been in the not having anything for myself, but giving out so much, and that just depletes you. I've been in that. You need to get to a certain point. It's kind of the advice for those that are being a bit too selfish, is what I'm trying to say. Those that aren't open to abundance yet, that can't receive, that push it away, that go, no, I'm okay, no, I don't even want abundance, don't give it to me. If you give more, you will end up with less, in that circumstance. I know, because I've lived it. You need to know which way you're out of balance with prosperity. The Nine of Water promises increased prosperity, both material and spiritual, as well as others to share it with. Blessings and gifts and revelations abound, as if from nowhere, simple in response to your own generous actions and simple requests. Beautiful. Yeah. The shadow side. You see, the shadow side of this card indicates the presence of prosperity, coupled with the inability to receive or accept the blessings, turning your back on gifts, saying no, making excuses for some reason that you can't have it. Going, that will never happen for me, and when you are offered anything, going, no, it's all right, I don't want it. Don't do that. Let those blessings in and enjoy them. You do so much more with it. With abundance. Okay, so could be talking about someone's deepest wishes, washing things away so that their abundance can come in. I think that's the new adventure. It's an abundant new adventure for somebody that's been constricted by this biatch. And then we've got Samhain. Well, that looks really nice in this light. Looks very dark to me, but lit up with that light, it really glows blue. I like that. Yeah, it's fully dark. That's how it looks to me, fully dark like that. And then it goes blue. Sorry. Where's Timothy today? Tell me it's going to be away. Samhain, where are you? There you are. It's the moon. dark days ahead. She accepts the darkness without fear, but with respect, knowing she's strengthening her connection with the divine. Accepting the darkness, shadow work. Knowing that the world is full of crappy people and crap. And not being like, no, it's great. No, everyone's love and light. No, not being like that. Accepting the darkness both in others and in ourselves, knowing that it's real. It does exist. And just an acceptance of it, working within it. An acceptance of our darkness too. I'm just, after talking about the self-respect and the sabotage thing, our sabotages are our darkness, right? And there's no point in like beating ourselves up for that, sabotaging and then sabotaging ourselves even more by being down on ourselves for doing that. It's accepting that darkness. Like I said, we could go through the day with so many sabotages. Just think of all the things you could do to sabotage everything. It would be kind of a fun day, really, wouldn't it? To do that. Has anyone read The Dice Man? Shook me, that book. I was enthralled by it. I was excited by it in a scary way, because it's about a man who decides with the roll of a dice. He gives himself 6 options of things to do to make a decision. 6 options. Some of them are horrific. Some of them are great. And then he rolls the dice and he has to do. He has to do the thing. And so, of course, he goes around doing some very fun things, doing some very great things, but also doing some terrible things too. And reading that, I remember it was ages ago when I read it. It excited me. That, just the freedom of it, to give yourself permission to do whatever you want. It's a strange thing. Anyway, it's something like this here. So some of you might be scared by your own darkness, or scared by your liking of your own darkness. When you try and accept your darkness, it might actually excite you, and that might scare you, and you might think, I'm a terrible person if I like that. It's like me and my Muay Thai now. My aggression, my Aries side, I love it. I'm a warrior. I get called that. One of my names here is Payak. Payak means warrior. A lot of people will call me that. We use nicknames in Thailand a lot, and you can make nicknames up for people, call them that. And different people have different nicknames for people. So one of mine, I'm called Yai, which means big. I'm called, and that's because of my strength too. And Payak, warrior. What else do they call me? Jai. I used to be called Jai as well sometimes. Heart, but not many people say that. That's it. Hey, Kayla. Good to see you. But if you're new to the shadow work, if you're new to accepting that your darkness and other people's darkness and all of that, it might scare you a bit when you actually like it. It's not a scary thing. We should like it. Nothing is bad. Nothing is 100% bad, and nothing is 100% good. There's a positive and a negative side to everything. We can use anything, any gift that we've got, anything, any person, any circumstance, anything we do in a detrimental way or in a positive way. There's nothing that is 100% bad or 100% good. Shadow work. And that includes, putting people through stuff, being strong in the face of people. It can appear like it's a darkness of us, but it's like tough love. It's not, it's not a darkness. It's a different way of looking at it. a different way of looking at everything. Ugh. The elements. That's the magician. Using the resources to hand, all of our resources to manifest what it is that we want, or create. It's probably better to use the word create than manifest, because manifest makes it sound magical, but we're the ones that actually do it. And then we've got the Book of Shadows. Da, da, da. Book of Shadows. There's the Hierophant. Interesting, it's called the Book of Shadows, right? After saying that stuff about the moon. Something coming to light. The word Hierophant means holy or sacred, and to show, to bring to the light, to make known. Reveals the sacred of something that was in the darkness before to us. Something is coming out of the shadows. Within yourself, you're realizing that it's not bad, that you weren't bad, that you didn't do wrong, that you're not that thing you've been judging yourself to be, that it's not all bad. It's about an understanding, a new understanding here of how you've been manifesting something, how you've been creating something in your life. Could be around abundance, hey? Because isn't it a weird thing? We've all got the same resources available to us. We're all on this planet with the same stuff around us. But some people will accept and receive more of it and use more of it than others. Others are like, no, I can't use that. Some people are so restricted that they're like, I can't use this and I can't use that because it's not right to use the world's resources. And some people are like, I'm allowed to take up space. I'm allowed to use like a lot of space and use the world's resources. There may be some confusion about so-called positive or negative energy, because all things are part of the divine. It isn't useful or accurate to think of energy in terms of good and bad. Instead, there is energy that isn't appropriate for a situation or that is no longer serving your highest good, and energy that is appropriate for a situation and that is serving your highest good. You're in relationship with everything, with all of these elements. You've got a relationship with it, with them, with everyone, with everything. You're not apart from it. In other words, the resources are there for you. So use the resources. Accept them. The resources aren't there for everyone or everything else. They're for you too. So there might be some mind changing that needs to go on here about whether you're allowed to use resources, whether you're allowed to have resources, whether you're allowed to use them to create what it is that you want, or whether that's a bad thing about you. Wow, it's gone really dark outside. It's like night. I do like the taste of coffee. I'm not going to stand up. I might waggle my arm around a little bit more there. Is this speaking to anyone, this self-judgment about abundance and stuff like that? I mean, abundance can be anything. Could be talking about love. Are you allowed to have love in a specific situation? Whoa. The Four of Fire, Mars. That's the aggression, that's the war, it's the assertiveness, it's Payak. It's Mars. Mars is a warrior, known for bravery and action. He's the literal representation of fire. Is moved to swift action by fiery passion. You're allowed to be, you know. Astrologically, Mars shows energy, courage, confidence, and strength. This is the energy that helps us stand up for ourselves, to follow adventure and be spontaneous. Mars's power comes from the fire that burns in our gut. It's both formidable and dangerous, moving from defensive protection to aggressive attack with surprising ease. If not controlled or channeled appropriately, this energy can lead to violence, accidents, or cruelty. Yeah. So, like I said, there's a positive, right? There's very positive Martian energy, Mars energy, but we can use it badly, and you might be stopping yourself from using it positively or claiming that energy for yourself because you think it's the negative side of it. You think it's violence, accidents, or cruelty when it's not. It's you being assertive and aggressive in a good way for a good reason. The Four of Fire shows a desire for action. The situation is fraught with energy that's powerful and fast-moving. There's the need for courage, confidence, and possibly defensiveness. Okay, let's fight. I'm up for it. I'm ready for it. Let's fight. Christine, there's 7.8 billion people out there. You're on the same planet as me. Plenty of people to love. This one again. Four of Water first, though. And then the Two of Water again. Love all that. You haven't felt worthy of love and abundance since falling ill. Oh, wow. So the illness for you is your darkness that you cannot accept, is it? Oh my God, look. The brush is on the table. Let's get it off the ground. Everything's soaked. It's so dark out there. Anyway, Four of Water. And then the Two of Water again. Two of Cups out. We've got a love offer coming in. It might be speedy when it happens. I think it's going to be. Kayla, can't get it out. When the doctors found that I had really high blood pressure, like ridiculously, about to have a heart attack, high blood pressure, I felt like that too. I felt like, because I thought I was so healthy, right? And it really shook me. And I turned it against myself like it was a massive failure on my part. It really surprised me how it made me feel. Not so much anymore. The Four of Water is healing. It brings with it the promise of healing, some sort, emotional, physical, perhaps of a relationship. Although there may be a bit of pain involved, the long run promises relief and smooth sailing. Healing going on. Hello, Crystals Snow. And then, of course, the Two of Water, love. Second time I got the Two of Cups out. Seems that so many of the various pantheons have complicated stories of relationships, but none more so than the Greek and Roman divinities. As we know, love and romantic relationships are extremely complex. So it's fitting that Aphrodite and Eros, or Venus and Cupid, if you prefer the Roman names, adorn this card representing love. Interestingly, Aphrodite is also associated with wars and illicit affairs, both of which seem to occur when love goes wrong. When self-love goes wrong, when self-respect goes wrong, that's when those things happen. Not when love goes wrong. Well, yeah, it's when self-love goes wrong. The Two of Water promises a romantic, loving relationship. It promises the two people involved will be quite enthralled with each other. Being so wrapped up in their own little world, they may neglect other things for a while. Yay, let's do that. Yeah, it's like the universe saying that you're a loser, isn't it, Kayla? I know. It's horrible. It's the same when your abundance goes wrong too. It makes you question yourself, right? It's like, how come I'm not creating this stuff? Maybe that's what we're talking about here. Could be. But there's that Two of Cups talking about love. Oh no, you're having a COVID birthday, Crystals. Now that sucks. I didn't this time. Well, plenty of people had COVID, but we don't care anymore. I've got a touch of it now, but not a problem. I thought that the first time I caught COVID, I thought that I was more susceptible because I'd had a nose infection and I've been on antibiotics just before I got COVID. Now I'm realizing it's not true at all because this side of my nose is a little bit swollen the same. I'm being super careful with it so it doesn't spread like it did last time. It was a result of the COVID. I'd already got it. I had no idea. It's too much of a coincidence for them to be. I just noticed that my nose was running maybe on Wednesday last week. I had a little bit of a sore throat and I've been clearing my throat more. And my friends, one of my friends had, I'm with every day, went for surgery, got one of the proper tests. Everyone's testing negative, but you do now. But he got one of the proper tests before he had surgery and he got a bit of COVID, just a bit, you know. I think we've all got a bit of COVID. It's going around and around. Hey, Alice. Let's do some mini reads. If anyone wants a mini read, check out that pinned comment up top. Comment that's pinned up top of the live chat tells you how to do it. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there. The minimum is $10. You can use Super Chat or Super Sticker if you want. And if you've got a question for your reading after you've done your donation, put a capital Q at the start of your comment that's got the question in it for your reading, and we'll do that. So, Jessica, let's find yours. Thank you, Jessica, for yours. High self-guidance for you, Jessica. Look. It's going to be a week of this weather. Not seeing the sunshine at all. I need to start taking my vitamin D. It's so dark. It's like night. Jessica! High self-guidance for Jessica. What can we tell Jessica? Warmth. Warmth and choose to change. Open your heart. Hey, Aaron. Warmth is being open-hearted. But I'm getting this. I'm getting that you're being too open, that you're being too warm-hearted. It's not always good for us to be open-hearted. It is with certain people, absolutely, but with certain people, no, it's not good to be open-hearted with them. It can be such a drain. Being open-hearted, if you think about what the energy exchange is, we're giving a lot of energy when we're open-hearted. That's what we're doing. We're sending our love energy out there. And if you're doing that to the wrong people, energy drains, energy vampires, that's the feeling that you'll get. You don't need to be open-hearted with them. It's being open-hearted with somebody. Even though I'd had the warning signs about her. And then she asked me a question the other day. And I told her. And then she muttered under her breath, bitch. And I'm like, there you are. There you are. Because I'd done something nice with someone else and she wanted to do it with me. And I'd been saying no to her because I felt the energy. And so, but I'd still had been open-hearted with her. You're being open-hearted with people when you really shouldn't. You don't owe people your energy. And being open-hearted isn't just a state that you're in. You're actually giving energy when you're like that. Change that. Change it. Just change that. You don't need to be. You don't owe anyone your energy. Yeah, be still, keep quiet, take the risk. What if you don't? What if you're not? What if you're cold with people that deserve the coldness? And we know everyone deserves love, yeah. But everyone deserves to learn. You don't ever find love if they don't ever learn. Right? So we have to find it in ourselves. You can't offer people enough love to change them. Anyway, this is saying take the risk. So there's part of you that's fearing holding that back. You know why? Because you know that they're assholes. That's why. You fear holding your love back because of the repercussions. Hey, Judy. So you already know what they're like. You don't need to, Jessica. You don't need to. Yeah, they're gonna call you bitch under the breath or whatever they do. They are gonna do that, but it's better that you protect yourself and your own energy. Good to see you, Judy. Anyone else want a mini read? Thank you for that, Jessica. Hold your energy back. Okay, let's get some more cards out. What shall we do? Let's do. I don't feel like doing the So Below deck. I just don't feel it. The Tower of Miserable Ladies. But some of them are happy. I feel like the Starchild Tarot. I feel like some sunshine. Mr. Taxi Man, he brought me bananas yesterday. I've got a lot of bananas. Uh-oh, I've got more bugs coming in. Bugs don't like it, or the rain's making them hatch everywhere. Dreadful weather. Yeah, don't open your heart, just everyone. Boundaries. It's so important to have boundaries, right, Alice? Yeah. There's bad people out there. They just are, and we need to recognize that. And we don't need to give to them. I just thought I had to all the time. It's such a relief when you don't have to, when you give yourself permission not to anymore, and you give yourself permission to piss people off, you know? And I'll actually be active about it now. I'll be this energy. If someone's doing the wrong thing, I'll speak out about it now. I'll be that. I'm that woman that goes in there and say, hey, no. You have Moonchild, yeah. I love the Starchild Tarot. It's beautiful. The book is really good too. I like her take on things. It always adds a little bit more because she's got a slightly different perspective than I. Same with the Book of Shadows Tarot as well. I like that there's a different perspective there. Haven't really gone into the book of the Tarot of Mystical Moments so much. I get just so much from those cards myself, you know, to need to read it. I don't need to read any of it really, but it's fun too. Tell us more about this. So we've got a masculine who's got choices to make. Two of Cups, a love offer. They want to give a love offer, but they're dealing with this cold-hearted person that's ripped their heart out, and they're scared of her. It's like dogs, when you've seen those videos, the dogs that are scared of cats, and they won't even like go through the door or climb up the stairs or whatever because they're terrified of the cat, because they know the cat's going to smack them, and the cat does smack them. It does. They were right. It's that energy. Someone's having to be really strong here, but there seems to be, there's good reason that they're having to be very careful of this one. Someone's got themselves into a situation and they've been open-hearted with someone that they shouldn't have been, and now they're like, oh shit, now I'm stuck in this, and they're having to do a 360 to get themselves out of that whilst trying to protect those that they're loyal to, so that their heart can be light as a feather and they can move forward like this, so that they're making the right decisions for themselves, not pleasing everyone else, and certainly not pleasing this person, not going to please this person, but as long as they're good with their decisions and those that they truly love are, then they'll move forward then. So someone's got decisions to make, choices to make at the moment. Some of their options are limited, said the Lenormand cards, because of children perhaps, or people that they love, that they're loyal to. And then in this row, we've got about abundance, we've got about the shadow work and all of that, and how it might scare us. Wow. There's a lot of umbrellas getting into that taxi. What was I saying? Shadow side, how it might scare us that we actually like the shadow side when we get into it. It's good. I mean, it's very freeing when we start doing the shadow work and we embrace the darkness, that it's there out in the world, but it's also within us too. It feels like not just a relief, but it can make us feel happy. Like, have you ever told a little kid, say one that's been cheeky, funny, cheeky, naughty, and you're like, you're naughty, and they laugh. It's that. We've all got that inner child inside of us that knows that our dark side is delightful. But that might scare you. Is what that card I was getting from there. We're creating with all of the resources. We're talking about abundance here. All of the resources is available to you. You don't need to cut yourself off from it. You don't need to say, oh no, I can't use much water in the world because water's not for me. It's just for the plants and the animals. No, it's for you too. You're allowed to use water. You're allowed to use any resource on the planet. You're allowed to have money. You're allowed to. It's for you too. You can't disconnect yourself from anything. You can create using it all, and we all have it. We're all on the same planet. We're all born naked on the same planet. It appears like we don't all have access to the same things, but we actually do. We actually do. Anyway, Book of Shadows, learning a lot from a change of mind, especially about our darkness, our fiery energy, our passionate energy, because it's going to have to be tapped into. And the Four of Water, what was that? I can't remember. Healing. So that this love offer can come in. That's a recap. It's your dog and your cat, yeah? Dogs and cats are great. They kind of love each other. When I had a dog and a cat, they kind of loved each other. And the dog would go for love to the cat, like bracing itself, because, it's like, well, the cat, you just never know what's going to happen, right? And so the cat would smack it and then dig her claws in his head and like pull him closer and then lick him, which he really liked. But the claws were in there as well. It was, dangerous love. But he still went for it. Six of Crystals. Reciprocation. Let's read what she says about it, because I do like her take on things. It's reciprocation. Love that. Book's gone crinkly because of the humidity. Where are you? Six of Crystals. Indicates a state of balance and abundance in your life. You recognize the value of your relationships, spirituality, and the mutual benefit of loving support of others. The mutual benefit of loving support of others. You recognize the value of your relationships. What does that even mean to you? The value of your relationships, because some of you are valuing relationships, just valuing relationships, as in, I cherish relationships. I'll be nice to everyone. They can do whatever they want to me. You don't have to do that. Value the relationships that are valuable to you. You don't have to pretend that they're all valuable, because they're not. Some people are anti-valuable. Some people are very draining. Some people are just on the take energetically. Don't value those relationships. They're devalue relationships. This is also a time for inner growth and prosperity. Growth. You've risen to the occasion and can now look back on the choices you've made that have led to your state of knowing. How will you move on up from here? Opportunities, gifts, or rewards may be closer than you think. I think so. New opportunities, career, philanthropy, generosity. Again, we've had generosity out 3 times now. Prosperity, advancements, growth, abundance. Be careful you're not being taken advantage of. If you keep on being generous with others, be careful you're not being taken advantage of, because you will be. You will be. This could be showing that there's an imbalance somewhere. Or this could be about someone realizing that there's an imbalance as well. Let's do you, Minnie. Who's that? Judy. I'm guessing it's you. Yes. Thank you, Judy. Judy, is your soulmate out there looking for you too? Let's see. Let's find out about them. Yes. That's good to know. I would be very worried if the red one came out there. I like that. There. Yes, your soulmate's out there. Tell us. Ooh. Prepare for it. You're getting prepared for it already. This isn't saying prepare for it. You are already being prepared for it at the moment. So you're following the path already. You're getting those lessons. You are preparing, facing the situation, empowerment. What we're talking about here, aggression, all of that kind of stuff. The positive side of it, that boundaries and all of that stuff. It's very important. For some reason, it's very important. Hey, Tiki, you're coming in. She's seeking solace on the table from all the water. Do you want to come in? It's horrible out here. It's horrid, huh? I know. Yeah, so this seems to be maybe in previous relationships you were avoiding confrontation, that kind of thing, not facing stuff. And you've probably been put in situations to help you empower yourself lately to prepare yourself for this relationship. So it would seem that the relationship, your soulmate relationship that's coming, that one that you want, there is going to be some crap about it. There is around it, and you're going to have to face things. I was watching movies yesterday, just trying to relax and like not think about anything at all after I'd done my work. But it turned out that the movies had very important lessons for me, when that happens, and it's like, oh, I can see why I'm watching this movie. And one of them was about a relationship. It was about this guy that met this girl, and they really hit it off. Even in adverse circumstances, they really hit it off. But one was Greek, living with his Greek family. The other one was Arabic. Not Arabic. She was Muslim. She was Lebanese Muslim, living with her Lebanese Muslim family, and extreme religions. Right? Not that either of them were religious, but the families were. Caused all amount of trouble between them, and of course it went out in the end. They both stood up for themselves and their choices and their hearts and all of that in the end, but there was a struggle along the way. And it's that kind of stuff. It's like there's going to be a gnarliness about it. It's something to fight for, and so you have to get prepared for this relationship that you're waiting for. You're getting lessons in empowerment. So if all of that empowerment stuff is coming up and you're thinking, how come I'm manifesting this? What am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You're being prepared. It could be something like that. I mean, that's something that I hadn't even thought of for me because I'm not religious. And he, not particularly, is not one of the more religious people here, but of course Buddhist. I wouldn't think that there's an issue there, but maybe there's going to be. I don't know. Difference in cultures for sure. Doing shadow work and childhood traumas. But this is particularly about empowerment. You're being prepared for it anyway. I'm not getting that there's going to be confrontation within the relationship. I'm getting that there's confrontation around the relationship. It's something that you'll have to fight for. And that is always the way when we're getting into an important relationship or starting an important business. That's when the devils come out. That's when people are really against it. You're doing something really good and that's needed. if there's a lot of contradictory energies around it. It just increases, you know. Chicken. So I think we can all expect that in anything that we do. You are on track there. There you go. You got the growth. You got the growth. You're being prepared for it. It's all good. It's all good. So for those of you, it probably counts for other people as well. For those of you that are trying to manifest a relationship at the moment, you're like, where are they? Where are they? Why is this path not happening? Path is already happening. You're already getting prepared for it. You'll realize. You'll be like, oh, that's why I had to do that and that and that and have that lesson and this and that and that and that, you know? Hi, Marie. Oh, Maria, what are your current sabotages? Thanks for your donation. Yeah, so maybe, Judy, maybe just having the outlook, the perspective that you are already on that path, like that everything that you're going through, maybe it's not like a wrongness of you or whatever, you're just going through these tests. It's preparing you for it, for this relationship, will make you feel better about that because that's what's happening. So you might as well look at it that way. Maria, what are your sabotages? Vulnerability. Okay. You're not big on vulnerability. Hackles come up, especially with text messages, right? So your text message sabotage. Oh, it's a good one, that one. Don't we all do that? It's the easiest one, isn't it? It's a text message sabotage. When you're feeling vulnerable, you'll strike. Your hackles go up. And you strike. And you can excuse it away and go, oh, I meant to say that for some reason. But no, it's a sabotage. Do you want another one? It's a brave question to ask. Yeah, it's about your community. It's the same thing. It's about your communication. So it comes out in your communication and it's in messaging, and that simplicity. I already got this, that you are explaining it away. So you've got a good reason that you're doing it, and you've got a good excuse for doing it. You try and pretend that it's not a sabotage, but it is. It is. It's a reaction, you know. There you go. And it's about your vulnerability. And so you're not okay about being vulnerable. And you know, if we're talking about romantic relationships, you have to be vulnerable in them. Not vulnerable to dickheads. That's not what I'm saying, but once you've chosen a good person, opening up to them and still feel vulnerable. Taxi's busy today. See repeating numbers all the time. Cool. What's this? Journey Art. Thank you. Who's that? I can't remember. Who's Journey Art? And do you have a question, Journey Art? Should I go and get my dental work done? Chicken, get down! What are you doing? She's up amongst my makeup. There's nowhere for her to sit. There's too much junk on there. There you go. Yeah, go under there instead. Hide under there. Should I get my dental work done sooner rather than later? Yes, I know. I'm not particularly wanting to get on a ferry while the weather's like this. But if I'm going to be stuck in, I might as well be stuck in a dentist chair, right? And in a hotel over there than here. I think it's going to be choppy. Let's get some more cards. Oh no, here we go. Jenny, what was my breakdown about today? Oh, sorry I had a rough day. It's brightened up out there a little bit. Chicken's antsy. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She wants to be by the pool. The pool is wet. Eat all those flies. Look at them. There's just everywhere. Thanks, Carla. It's going to be full on. 1, 2, 3. 6 implants. I want them all done at once. Hardcore. Go for it. Danielle, what's your breakdown about? Broken open. Being broken open. It's the resistances. It's like a shell. An eggshell, you know. Sometimes our resistances, they have to be broken away like that. Sometimes it's the easiest way is to break it, have a breakdown. Because you've got soften and open and intimacy. It's all about opening up. Just sometimes it's the easiest way is to crash, to get to that open place instead of trying to do it. I mean, how would you try and open an egg without breaking the shell? You can't, right? When you put it in vinegar or something and the shell goes rubbery or something like that. But there could be something that you do, but there's no point. You might as well just break it. So it was about, it's not a bad thing at all. Breaking you open. Sometimes there needs to be a blow up to open up. Because this slowly, little by little approach doesn't work. Oh, you see, there's the heart open, and it's going to be good. So don't beat yourself up about this. It's not a wrongness. Just you will be raw and vulnerable now, yeah, because you've been broken open. So just deal with that feelings and be gentle with yourself as you're going through that. But then you're open, so you can celebrate that. It was all about opening you up. Maybe getting conversations going, but from an open place. Resistances had been built up, and there needed to be a crash to open that up. Breaking that eggshell. Not a bad thing at all. It's like, it always used to baffle me when I was at school that boys did this. You'd have 2 boys, right, and they'd hate each other, really hate each other. Didn't know why. Would never know why, but they hated each other. Then they'd have a fight. Like, literal, in the schoolyard, they'd have a fight. They'd punch each other. Then they'd be best friends after. And I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with boys? What is that all about? But it makes sense to me now. It's the same thing. It's breaking them open. So it's the resistance. They've got a resistance to each other. They don't really hate each other, but they've got a resistance to each other. And that it needs to be broken open. And they do that with a fire. All the energy is gone. Then they can be open-hearted with each other. Makes sense. We've just gone through that kind of a thing. Not a wrongness at all. There's a lot of times that we need to crash before we can open to something. It's the path of least resistance, in fact. We've got the 6 of Crystals, back to the collective again. If anyone else wants a mini read, you know what to do. And then we've got the 3 of Wands, waiting some more. And a little bit more. The Three of Wands. Waiting for the perfect moment. What is the perfect moment? There is no perfect moment. Well, for the person that we're talking about up here, this is the perfect moment when they're good in themselves, when they're like, right, now I'm ready. When their heart is light as a feather. So if you're waiting for someone to do something, you're like, what's taking them? They seem to have the right circumstance. They could just do it now. Not necessarily, because if the heart isn't as light as a feather, if they're not in integrity, which is huge around these energies as well right now, we're all being asked to be in integrity no matter what, then they don't want to move forward yet until they're feeling that. So that could be what they're waiting for and what you're waiting for. The Three of Wands marks a time in your life when you can look to the future with total clarity. This wisdom comes from having the foresight to walk your own path with confidence. As you move forward, your hard work has paid off, but it's not time to rest just yet. You're now gaining momentum in achieving your dreams and are aware of how your creativity has the potential to expand your goals to the next level. You have a wonderful system of support from friends or family members, which strengthens your enthusiasm. The Three of Wands also indicates a state of understanding. You know what it takes to reach your goals. You do. You literally wrote it today. There you go. Breaking, broken, broken open. Already getting the guidance. You see, the taxi's back. It's 2 lots now. Taking them down to the road. People are hungry. They want to go and eat. On Sunday lunchtime, I ordered a chicken gyros. Do you know what that is? It's like in a pita bread of like barbecued chicken with tzatziki on it. Oh, anyway, I ordered it just before midday on Sunday. I called this lady and she was like, okay, text me your address. So I texted my address, and then an hour and a half later texted her again saying, is it going to be much longer? Because I was starving at that point, really hungry. She didn't respond to me, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I better order from someone else. So I ordered from someone else, and that food arrived. It was exciting because a delivery guy came that I didn't recognize, and I didn't know what it was going to be. Was it going to be from the first place or the second place? It was from the second place. Anyway, same people advertised yesterday the stuff, the chicken gyros, whatever you call them. And so I figured out how long it had been, and it had been 47 hours. So I commented on their post on Facebook. I've been waiting 47 hours for mine. And then someone called me. I'm so sorry. They don't know what happened. They said, don't deal with her, deal with me. Okay. And then they brought me one. It was really nice. Yum, yum, yum. You got 3 boys. Yeah, boys go through it so well, that broken open thing, don't they? So that was funny, and it was delicious too, so I'm going to have to get it again. I'm going to have to have one of those again. Such good. Yum. Spicy, and oh, it's so good. I will be ordering food in today. I'm not going anywhere. Poor delivery guys having to deliver in the rain, but hey, they've got to do it. Because I'm not. 9 of Wands is about the wounded warrior, and it's about our healing, and it's about moving on from that, though. It's about moving forward from that. So if you find that you've been in a wounded place for such a long time, it's been hard, and all of this inner work, and when is it going to pay off, and when am I going to get my stuff, and this relationship, I put all this work in for so many years, and then it's just like more work, like really, can't I have my stuff now, can't I have the relationship now? It's all of that kind of stuff. Well, the 9 of Wands is to the point where you're like, yes, okay, time to move on from that. That's a coffee game over. Quarter of a coffee. No, half a coffee I'm on now, which is like an eighth of what I used to drink. Now I'm on to tea. What is it? Yogi tea. It's organic. It says, peace within guarantees peace without. Yeah, I guess. Because you walk away from the crap. Nine of Wands, wounded warrior. But it's very much on the end side of that, moving forward to the 10, to putting the burdens down now. The end of that journey. Your hard work and efforts are close to a state of completion. You have the inner strength, wisdom, and perseverance to move forward, but a minor setback or obstacle may suddenly surface. Know that you're incredibly close, and so it's important to not lose touch with your goals. Keep on moving forward. I feel like it's maybe when you just give up and it's like, it's all what life's about. It's just going to be one lesson after another. I'm never going to get my stuff. I give up. And then you get your stuff. I think it's when we're kind of like just kind of giving up on it. Well, I've done everything. The universe says, yes, you have done everything now. Believe in yourself and your innate ability to achieve success. After this last challenge, you will know what you're truly made of. Courage, strength, stability, stamina, performance. Keep on going. But if you give up, it's okay too. Because it'll still happen. India spice tea. I love chai. This is the bedtime one. It's the second coming of the bedtime one. I had it as I was watching a movie last night before bed, and I just poured hot water over it again, so it's a weak version of it this morning. We're almost there. We're waiting. We're almost there. We're waiting. We're almost there. We're waiting. We're almost there. The Two of Crystals. Balance. Finding a balance. Generosity and peace, yeah. Two of Crystals. I was afraid that I might get really hungry if I'm not drinking a lot of coffee in the morning, but I haven't been. Anyway, I've got a lot of bananas. He brought me such a big bunch of bananas, because there's banana trees everywhere here. I don't usually eat that many bananas. They're very sweet. These are the big ones as well. I like the small ones that aren't so sweet. You're more like original bananas with the seeds in it. But these are the big ones, the sweet ones. Anyway, I will eat them. Two of Crystals. The Two of Crystals signifies balancing of life forces. Life forces. For all that you've accomplished, you should continue to move forward and be proud of your success, but not forget to acknowledge the other important aspects of your life. This could mean connections with friends and family members, or the activities you love and enjoy. It's the honoring of your spiritual truth, higher consciousness, and innate source of unconditional love. This card also indicates a state of change, movement, energetic shifts. You may need to go with the flow and adapt to your new situation. This could simply mean balancing out your priorities or making a plan for the future. Bananas by taxi. He lives here. He's the guy that lives here. He's got a car. He is the Mr. Taxi Man for this. No, not for this resort. There's a lot of taxi guys for this resort. But he's the one up here for this place. We've got an electric car too, but it's too rainy for the electric car. So he's in the big car. He grows everything here. He's actually the original owners. He was the cook for the original owners because Mr. Handsome used to work with him way back then when this whole resort, which is the biggest dive resort in the world, was just 6 beach bungalows. Now there's hundreds of rooms. Anyway, when the owner of the resort was killed, he had a very young son, and the young son was adopted by the 2 cooks, which is the taxi guy and his sister. And so they adopted and brought him up. And so he still lives here. He lives in the house just up there, along with Liam, and the Thai families, extended families live together. And yeah. So they're very well cared for, kind of the owners, but not, but yes, part of the family. He grows the stuff here, and so gives me stuff. Papaya, banana, mango, So we need to find a balance. Balance. Vivian, if you want a mini read, check out the pinned comment up top. Tells you how to do it. You got half of it right, but there needs to be a donation along with it too. We've got the Tower. I believe that this is our energy. 6 of Crystals. The 3 of Wands. Waiting and the healing. And the keeping ourselves in balance. Then a Tower moment, a shock, a sudden surprise. Look at that. Full moon, new moon. What did I say on Monday? This time between the new moon and the full moon. Shedding away, otherwise a tower is going to happen. That's what I said, right? We've got things to let go of, or there'll be a tower moment. Someone's having a tower moment here. I feel like this is the other person, because if you're doing the stuff, it's rare that we get surprises if we're doing the work, right? Unless we've just missed it, and sometimes we can miss things. Sometimes a tower is just the easiest way, like a breakdown is the easiest way to break open. Sometimes it is. So don't judge yourself about the tower moments. It's not necessarily that you're not doing the work. Someone's having a tower moment. It gets them moving toward a victory. So something happens. There's a bit of a shock, a tower moment. Something breaks away. They have to face up to something. It gets them moving. They're still not sure of those choices to make, though. Still not completely certain about it. They're really having to balance themselves out so that they're making the right decisions for themselves. And so they're still being slow about it. So even when the tower happens, they're still unsure about it and being slow about it. So we're not out of the woods yet, but I feel like there's significant movement happening in our situations. From last week to the full moon, which is on the 16th here. It's 11:14 on the 16th here, so in the morning. On the 15th for a lot of you. Very shiny. Okay. I want some details about, because we've got lots of 2 of Cups here. I think we're definitely talking about a love situation. So I do want some details about that. Can you give us any more on this love situation, then? Handling it and all of that. Thank you, Vivian. Love reading. This is for the journal. I'll do yours soon, Vivian. Stick around. I don't want you thinking that this is yours specifically, because it's not. Not yet. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So that's a reiteration of what I said in the energy update today. Your person's got some movement to do, some decisions to make, some action to take. It's theirs. We can't manifest it for them. We can't push them into it or anything. We just have to distract ourselves with something else. Give them space. They need to do that. I'm just getting this message so much, is the divine masculine needs to level up. They need to do it themselves. It's like a rite of passage. They've got to. They're not going to feel good enough for you if they don't do that. It's a rite of passage. They've got to do it. They've got to become the hero. Otherwise, they're never going to feel good enough. So you've got to give them space to do that. Allow them to do it. Take a step back. Don't be pushing them. Don't think there's something that you can manifest. Don't believe that law of attraction thing that says that you can actually make this happen now. No, you can't. You have to give them space. They've got free will and they need to do it themselves. Trust them. Trust them. What else? And love yourself, right? You want to love them, yeah, but love yourself instead. So get focused on your own stuff. Set yourself a goal. Extra loving to yourself. Go and get your dentistry done. And a blepharoplasty. Isn't that a good name? A blepharoplasty. Trust came out again. Self-consciousness. Someone's self-conscious. Bit paranoid. Self-conscious and a bit paranoid. That feeling like everyone knows what's going on. Or everyone knows what's going on and they all have opinion and it's not the same as my opinion and everyone's against me. Nobody likes what I'm about to do. Someone's really self-conscious to the point of paranoia. Someone really wants to do the right thing here. I'm very self-conscious about that. High high standards for themselves and a need to reach those standards. But there's also a feeling that the world is against them too. Old wounds. Old love wounds. Love will win out in the end. But yeah, I got old wounds causing this paranoia. This is someone who has had a lot of people against them. A black sheep. It's caused a lot of wounding in the past. Old wounds there. Especially if they're around people that say that they love them, that aren't showing any love at all. You know, family. I don't know if your family were like that, but mine certainly were. I'm only doing this because I love you. And it's not love at all that they're giving to you. It's very confusing. But then it makes you think, this is what love is, everyone being against me. No, it's not. That's not what love is. Love will win out in the end. I think someone's heart is learning. I think they're learning what is love and what isn't. Give them space. Let's get back to this one. Give them space. Let there be closeness between you, but give each other space. Give them space. And give yourself space too. Get focused on something else. Self-love. Can't go wrong with that. It did, Alice, I think. Let me see. Yes, it did. Thank you. Vivian first. Vivian wants a love reading. Okay. Vivian. Thank you for your donation. The chicken. She's looking. She's watching me. Vivian. Forgive them, friend. Someone's jealous of you. Someone's pretending to be a friend, but they're jealous of you. Something around a relationship. Well, someone likes you. Whenever someone likes you, they're jealous. A friend is jealous. They're just jealous, period. But it's particularly showing in your romantic life. So they're actually working against you energetically, this friend, this so-called friend. They're just jealous of you. Whenever someone likes you, they're jealous of you. Whenever you get any attention, they're jealous of you. They mess it up. They try and mess it up for you. Icky energy. Cut that friend out. Forgive them, yeah, but cut them out of your life. They're not a true friend. Just get rid of them. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about now. Don't forgive them and keep them in there. Forgive them, but learn from the behavior. That's not good for anybody. It's like, you know, trying to move forward and someone dragging you back all the time. Yeah, so you see, this is important for us all at the moment. This is what we're talking about in the energies between these eclipses, between that new moon that we had end of last month, or the 1st of May or the 30th of April, and this full moon that's coming up. It's all about cleaning up our environment and realizing what works against us, because we can't have the crap in our lives and move forward. We think we can. We think, oh, it's all right. I can deal with that. I can carry that burden forward and go into these new things. And the universe says, no, you can't. Do you know why you can't? Because People have got certain karma, certain law of attraction. If we're trying to take the wrong people with us, we can't have what we want to, because law of attraction, the universe says, well, you can have it, but they can't have it. You're with them. You both can't have it until you break away from them. You leave them alone, then you have it. And you see, and when you break away from these people, you break away from that friend, she's going to go slamming down. I believe it's a woman. She's going to go slamming down. She's going to manifest what a true trajectory that she was on. You've been bolstering her energy by trying to drag, just keeping her with you. You're going to fly. You're going to manifest those things. She's going to fall flat on her face. So you're going to get the true karma. Karma can't get past the stupid choices that we make. We can't take the wrong things and the wrong people and the wrong decisions with us without hindering our own journey. So stop hindering yourself. Yeah. So you need to make those changes first. You really need to get cutthroat about it and clean up your environment first. If you think about it this way, your new partner, you know who you wouldn't be hanging around with anymore and who you wouldn't introduce them to, or who you'd be really scared to introduce them to, or you can feel it already. And so those people need cutting out now. So still clear up for you going on, and that has been in the energy updates lately about that. Clear up on our 4 stuff. Alice, thank you. Is your twin flame getting a tower moment as you thought? You thought he's getting married to his karmic girlfriend. Is he getting a tower moment? There's an umbrella. There goes the umbrella. No, not a tower moment. They're getting married. Tower moments often take time. Yes, getting married. Tell us about this. Yeah, that it's not going to be a sudden tower moment. The universe doesn't step in to prevent us making the wrong decisions. It lets us make the wrong decisions and figure it out for ourselves. Not that it's a wrong decision, in fact, that is getting married. It's a right decision for his journey, for his growth, for his path, for his lessons, for his learning. It's going to be a wake-up for him. To help him clear things out. There's certain things that you don't need to do. Not your responsibility. This person, are you sure they're the twin flame? Feels like their energy is way behind yours. Twin flames aren't that. Twin flames are divine energy. Someone that is active with the lessons. That's not someone that's active with the lessons. That's not a divine masculine. So they can't be a twin flame. This is for you. Find a new approach and freedom. I don't believe that that's your twin flame. Hang on, let me find out. Twin flames is when people have ascended to a certain level, people that are doing the work. They've got to be stepping into that divinity, and they've already made great headway to do that. Yeah, sure, there might be a few things left, but not a lot. That person's got a lot left. They're still not self-aware to the point of getting into really big lessons, Is this your twin flame? Oh, it is. Wow. That suggests that you've got some way to go then as well. Find a new approach and freedom, so don't focus on them anymore. This means that you've got a way to go as well. If they are your twin flame, then yeah, you're not as far ahead as you think. You're not as ready as you think you are. And so find a new approach, get focused on yourself now, to get yourself to that divine feminine point. Which means, the healing, the cleaning up, the shadow work, all of that stuff. Keep going with all of that. The divine masculine will be behind. I was watching somebody, an astrologer, It was talking about the astrology at the moment between Mars and Venus. And it's actually in the astrology that Venus is ahead. Venus has gone into Aries already. Mars isn't yet. Mars is right behind. Venus went into Aries 2 days ago. So Divine Feminine's like, yeah, let's go. Like, let's do this. Getting into the aggression now, all of this energy. Divine Masculine, not lagging behind. They're not going to get to Aries for a while yet. And so it's actually in the astrology that the Divine Masculine is behind. The Divine Feminine is leading the way at the moment. Isn't that interesting? I think it is anyway. But they're not going to be that far behind. If we're a match, then we're a close match kind of thing. That makes sense. Thanks for your donation. Hope that helps you out. Okay, that's it. You're just guessing. Yeah, well, it says yes. There's a yes there. Whether that's a yes because they want you to believe it, because they want you to keep going on this path, I would keep going on the path, but it's of the Divine Feminine path, of you being even more and more divine until you're like goddess status, feeling incredible with everything flowing, and it just keep on that path. Thank you. Okay, so that's it. Let's stop right here. Almost done 2 hours anyway. Thanks everyone for coming along. Let's do this all over again on Friday. And yeah, just know that I will be taking a week off probably very soon. I think it's about time I just did that. Just get the dental work and stuff out of the way. So if I suddenly disappear and you're only seeing the daily energy updates, that's why. But I will be doing a pick a card read, a love pick a card read today. That'll be out later on today. And so check that out on my YouTube channel. And I'll see you all in 2 days' time. Join our Facebook community if you haven't already. There's the link to it. Thanks everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.